In this video we will go from Canada to Mexico and down in Guatemala. This is July 2025. I started my long trip from a flight from Hong Kong to Vancouver, Canada, just for a layover. One day in Vancouver, discovering this city that I heard great things about. I arrived in the evening, I spent the night camping, and then eventually I discovered the city and took my flight to Mexico City first and then Mérida. In my day in Vancouver, I had the opportunity to be impressed by the wealth and the cleanness of the city. A city perfect, with polite people, nice countryside, clean city. Very nice to see, but not much to do. I went through a park in downtown. I don't really remember the name. It was nice. It was quiet. It was almost perfect. Too perfect. A perfect country. Not really great for a trip full of adventures like the one that I'm about to experience, but still nice. Going to Canada is something that we should all do, because Canadian people and Canada itself is a country very special and peculiar that you can only see in Canada. Perfection that I've seen, I guess, only in Australia and some North European cities. Therefore, if you have the opportunity, pass by. But I believe 2 days are enough, and also it's very expensive. Therefore, let's go. Destination Mérida, Mexico. Hello from G Production. I'm here with Arturo. We are in Mérida, Yucatan, and it's rainy and I don't know what to do. So where are we going?
Well, this time we're visiting one of the cenotes around the Yucatan Peninsula.
So let's go for the cenote. Our first day together with Arturo, we went to discover the ruin of Ditzbitslutzas, or Ditzbits. Well, I cannot really remember the name. The name is written down here and I cannot really spell it. It's a nice archaeological site, not as famous as Chichen Itza, but worth the visit. In the same evening, we were hosted by the Chinese community in Mérida that cooked for us some amazing food. It was good to be around with some friends, and we also had some room. Then the very same night we went to discover Mérida. Mérida is a city where I've been like 7-8 years ago. A city full of colors and a lot of life. One of them, probably the most beautiful place I've been in Mexico, and very representative of the Mexican culture. The day after, we took the car and we drove around 1 hour to go discover some cenotes in the far south of Yucatan. We arrived in Cenote Peba, which together with other two cenotes make these sites. And the cenotes, if you don't really know where they are this sinkhole with fresh water. Very characteristic, since the water inside is kind of trapped in a complex network of underwater river. And discovering the cenote in Yucatan is one of the must things to do, since you can find them only here.
Me gustan los aviones, me gustas tú. Me gusta viajar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la mañana, me gustas tú. Me gusta el viento, me gustas tú. Me gusta soñar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la mar, me gustas tú. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je ne sais pas. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je ne sais plus. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je suis perdu. ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? Me gusta la moto, me gustas tú. Me gusta correr, me gustas tú. Me gusta la lluvia, me gustas tú. Me gusta volver, me gustas tú. Me gusta marihuana, me gustas tú. Me gusta colombiana, me gustas tú. Me gusta la montaña, me gustas tú.
The same evening, we tried to pay back the favor to the Chinese families hosting us, cooking a mix of American and Italian food. Arturo cooked some amazing meat that I really loved. However, I'm not so proud of my pasta. But people said that was amazing. Well, they are Chinese. They used to overcooked pasta. The day after, we drove again, first to have a local breakfast. Not exactly light, I should say. However, was great. And then we drove to go discover one of the other main touristic attractions here in Yucatan, the historic archaeological site of Uxmal. Uxmal with its pyramids make the archaeological site which is second only to Chichen Itza in the area. An amazing site, huge and with not as many people as Chichen Itza, that really gives you an idea of how complex the Maya culture was and how complex these structures were. The historical site is accessible after paying for foreigners something around $20. Here I had the opportunity to get some amazing photos, look the historical site, watch this beautiful sky, and even some local iguanas, which are everywhere. After that, with Arturo, we drove to Progreso on the seaside of Mérida. Progreso, which is where the cruises track to go see Yucatan, is a modern town. The day after, we had to drive and then fly to Mexico City, where we were hosted by one old Arturo's friend. This was just like an overnight flight, since our final destination was Guatemala. But since we didn't have a lot of money, we had to take this one night layover, which we used to discover the city. Not bad. We had some amazing tacos, we talked with some friends, and overall, if you go to Mexico, you must see Mexico City. And the food was, of course, amazing. The morning after, we took the flight to Guatemala. Hello from Guatemala airport. We're going to Antigua with Arturo and the driver. It's gonna take about 1 hour. Our first stop was the city of Antigua, near Guatemala City, like 1 hour driving. Antigua is a very charming town with cafes, churches and local food. Really a beautiful paradise in Guatemala. The people were very polite and not as many tourists as I thought. Guatemala indeed is often overlooked when you travel to Central America, since most people go to Mexico. However, I could see some of the charm I saw in Mérida as well, and the culture is very close, and it reminds me also some local towns in Italy. It was also here rainy season, and it got quite cold at night, since we are at an altitude of 1,400 meters. Indeed, even though close to the sea, this is a volcanic area, and you can see that with all the volcanoes surrounding us.
Ya se ha ido, volando vengo, volando voy, deprisa, deprisa, rumbo perdido, perdido en el siglo, perdido en el siglo, siglo XX. Cuando llegaré.
The day after, we took a tour to go to see the volcano Acatenango, a must attraction if you visit Guatemala. This was probably the best of my whole trip in Central America. The tour started early morning with the guides leading us to the top of the volcano. The volcano was like something at 3,800 meters and the views were amazing, especially the views of the volcano Fuego right before us. Here we are, Volcano del Fuego here behind us. Where is the mountain? Let's go check what we got to drink and eat today. Sunset.
Watch out for the holes and the slippery trails.
That's very safe.
Yeah, this is like no man's land almost. Well, there's some
Check this
people.
thing. It's smoking over there.
Yeah, still smoking. This is like an old guy. Can get real bad habits.
That's nice. Wow, we got a good fire.
The fire's gone. El fuego está listo, ¿no?
Ya está listo.
Magnífico. Yeah, here's a real fire. Here they call it fogata. La fogata está lista.
It's good to be here because if we went to go up there, I mean, it was thundering over there. I think it's about to rain, but feel good here, kind of cloudy.
But that probably.
Quite an achievement. Happy to be here now at this time. I didn't break anything. I will enjoy this moment. After seeing the volcano and having a morning coffee and an amazing view of Volcano del Fuego, we were ready to head back down after an amazing experience. It was definitely tiring, but worth it. Oh yeah, it was worth it. Made it back to this coffee shop at the beginning, so going to Antigua for a big meal. Kind of tired, woke up at 4. The day after, we went for a visit to Lago de Atitlán, another must attraction of this volcanic lake surrounded by volcanoes all around. The water was crystal clear and the people were nice, colorful. All these towns are really beautiful and really made for tourists. It's really a must attraction if you come to visit this part of Guatemala. Together with Acatenango and the city of Antigua, this is a really great tour to do in Guatemala. You should give it 3-4 days to fully explore all the surrounding and the colors, the people, the music. It was amazing, something I would bring with me forever. Our trip to Guatemala came to an end after Lago de Atitlán. After here, I had to also say goodbye to my friend Arturo, with which I spent 10 days, 10 amazing days again. However, it's time to move forward, like always. Next destination, Nicaragua, but this is for the next video.